the blender. You know what? I probably should have waited. I should have known. I should have known that there would be the Borb, the traditional beginning of stream Borb. But you know, how was everyone's weekend? I actually got to like, I basically just, the Borb aura killed me. These fucking Borbs are aura farming on me and I don't like it. I also said friend has had a rougher patches. My god. Whose emote is that? Is that Yoshi? It is. Yoshi's got a bunch of cute emotes. Okay, let's see where we want to put this. I'm over this week already and it's only Tuesday. Oh, that's right. I guess it is Tuesday for you, isn't it? I'm like, wait, it's Tuesday.
Give me 4 good reasons to grab a glass of water instead of another can of whipped strawberry rockstar. As like I said, the economy is crumbling. 1% of the population own like half the wealth. The housing market is rigged against us, as is the job market. So I need reasons to drink water and not tasty energy drink.
Wait, I didn't realize the Hoobas were a Yoshi emote. That's great, actually. Let's see. One reason that you should drink water is that your body is probably desperately in need of it. Like, here's the thing. Like, it'll make the suffering a little bit less suffering if you drink water. But no, I do kind of get that, like, you know, what is long-term planning in a world where, like, you know, things are actively uncertain. I still think it's like, it's worth doing healthy behaviors for their own sake, you know? Because, like, as much as drinking water is a pain in the ass, I actually, like, I do feel better day to day. Like, my day is improved if I drink enough water. But yeah, this weekend was, I'll be honest with you, I slept basically 24 hours this weekend. I slept, way too much, honestly. It was bad. I'm talking if doctors actually documented their medical issues, that person, might advance our understanding of the human body. Fascinating. But yeah, no, like, I don't know, like, I mostly just, like, I slept a whole bunch and I did meal prep for the week. I made a salad and, I made, like, a salmon rice bowl, which ended up turning out pretty well, all things considered. I forget that, like, you can just make a dish that is just, like, a carb and then a protein and, like, some vegetables and throw it all together. Like, you know, like, to be fair, that's, like, the basis of, like, a pasta. I'd be like if I get 16 hours of sleep during the summer this year. Flexes on you with my cooling blanket. But no, like, you know, I definitely appreciate heat insomnia, and carbs and proteins my favorite food. I forget that, like, they're just good. It's just good food. Just like some properly, like, spiced protein put on top of, like, fucking rice or pasta or some shit. Hey Apple, what's up, Kasai? Wait, why are you referencing fucking Annoying Orange in my stream? Annoying Orange actually, like, might be the best generation for, like, what, like, because, like, I can look back at the ASDF movies and the ASDF movies, and I can be like, yeah, no, I can still appreciate that as, like, an adult. But I think, like, if you showed me an Annoying Orange thing that I watched a lot as a kid, I would be like, that is fucking incredibly irritating. Like, that was our generation's Skibbity Toilet. Gen Z's Skibbity Toilet. It's like the thing you watch at the time and you know it's kind of dumb and you're gonna hate it in the future, but you do still watch it. But yeah, no. What's up, Chris?
Hey, Starkey.
What's up?
Starkey? Hey, Starkey.
Great. What's up, Chris? Remember when the networks were competing via Annoying Orange and Fred? It is fucking wild to me, like, how quickly, like networks very clearly did not know how to live in an internet age. Because by the time that, like Fred and, like, Annoying Orange and Fred were already, like, dead, you know, they were dead content. Like, they'd run their course and died. when they got picked up by fucking Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon or whatever. I think Fred was Nickelodeon. I'm not 100% sure. I can't. I know that Fred got fucking movies with what's his face. So you find a cool thing. There are free collections of one-shot mangas for free that I can vote on. And two, there's a manga expo on my birthday in 2 months. Heck yeah. Well, yeah, no, I definitely feel you on the job market thing. It's weird because like I hate job searching, and I also like it's only made worse by the fact that like I am actively job searching in a place that like, you know, there's a lot of people, there's, you know, I have to like figure out how to limit my search to the places that will be okay with someone who's like, you know, might require a visa. They're like, there's no real good like Google queries for that, unless like, you know, I've like my Google foo, my DuckDuckGo foo, is not quite strong enough for that. If someone puts in an annoying orange parody song into the song queue, can I time them up for 5 minutes? No, but I will delete that from the song queue. I am going to start leaning a little bit more towards I'm gonna be a little bit more like I'm gonna crack down a little bit more on meme songs, I think. Just because we've like I think the meme songs, like the meme song economy has kind of run its course. We're now in a world where it's like, you know, it's like, okay, you know, we've heard all of the meme songs. So like, you know, which I do very like, you know, how long has it been since I started doing Star Quests? I definitely was doing them with my first art stream. Yeah, meme songs are a bit outdated now. A year and a half. So yeah, that's that's long enough for I think the collective, you know, memeology. Factorio was the first song request stream. I fucking forgot about that fact. Because I actually like I played Factorio to try and do the rain to try and do the what's it called?
Rats. Where
What's it, Chris?
rats?
Ding dong, the witch is dead. She has gone where the goblins go.
It was before the DLC. Yeah, I was like, because I was like preparing for myself for the DLC. Starkey, but what if Starkey? Actually, I kind of want to get like, you know, like that's one of those things where it's like the pun is so obvious. I feel like I kind of have to get it as Starkey as a stork. But you know, how you holding up, Ivan? Hopefully you're doing a little bit better after the fall.
Where the rats?
What's up, Chris?
Fun fact, Starkey has yet to check out Songbird Symphony.
Shit, I should. Here's the thing. I want to get Powerwash Sim 1, like all of the DLC done before Powerwash Sim 2 releases. And I think they said that they want to try to release this year, so I think it's going to be Powerwash Sim. Like, because the big thing with Monday streams is they tend to be so, like, laid back and chill. Like, I feel like they're, like, you know, they tend to be, like, good places for us to, like, just, like, hang out and chat about, like, what happened over the weekend. Party wants to save for a second Borb for my amazing, sweet little guy, Peregrine Falcon. But I want to take too much stream. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily... I am thinking about it, and I'm like, I probably should make a requirement. Because, like, there's a lot of people who have, like, a large number of channel points in the stream... that it would probably be ill-advised for me to allow, like, you know, multiple requests, unfortunately. It's just one of those things where it's like, you know, it's not necessarily like, you know, I would love to do, like, art like that, but also, like, I have to keep in mind the fact that, like, there's a lot of people who have a lot of money saved. I don't want to start. Yeah, exactly. The problem isn't like I would love to draw your board. The problem is the precedent it sets. Alternatively, I could just say fuck it and like this is a vibes-based economy, but also, you know, I guess it's like because to some degree it's like if you do like set the precedent and then not like deliver on it later, you're just, you know. someone's gonna be upset, and I guess it's like better to just like not, yeah, like not really start. But you know, like I'm trying to like what anything in particular is going on. I won't lie, life right now is like I don't know. I feel like my all like my 20s have been a holding like one giant holding pattern.
Spin!
I think of the spin.
Spin!
You know, like I do feel like my 20s. Also, yeah, unfortunately, I have not set up your audio redeem.
Spin!
Come on in, Casper. I was gonna have you, sweet bean.
Spin!
It is unfortunately kind of fallen by the wayside due to higher priority
Spin!
tasks on my plate, which is Pokemon Gigantic. What have you, sweet bean?
Spin! Spin!
Do we shut up for Giganta? My toys feel like I'm always sunny sitcom, but I'm the only sane person at times. I will say there like
Spin!
I do love the synced up spins. Those are amazing. But no.
Spin!
I don't know. Like 20s just feel like I've just like my entire life has been like one extended holding pattern. I'm not the hugest fan of it. Apparently that like does get easier. Like that does get better. As you get a little bit older. And like the idea of like, oh, your 30s, like I hear a lot of people say like, oh, my 30s were so much better than my 20s, and I'm hoping that that's the case for me as well. Cause like my 20s have been a fucking shit show. Like not quite as bad as my high school years, but also the fact that that's even a comparison is probably a bad place to start. Femur broken, let's go. There we go. So yeah, like life life hopefully will be getting a little bit easier. I'm taking steps, but it's hard to say. I hope you spend your 30s outside of the United States or that America. I'm hoping so. I mean, to be fair, I do have people I still care about, like, in the United States. And, like, I'm as much as it's going to be, spooky every time, I'm going to try my best to come back and visit, because I think it's always, But I definitely feel like, I don't know, I feel like this place isn't, like, my forever home. And sometimes you just gotta, like, like, my understanding of what people's 20s are supposed to be is 20s are supposed to be the time where you take a lot of risks, like, to figure out, like, what you do and do not enjoy, like, in your life. Unfortunately, that is not necessarily something that, like, really exists for our generation. Because the cost, the cost of taking risks is needing to have money. Oh, great. Thank you, Twitch, for disconnecting the chat. There we go. I get that my mother and brother live in the States, so I can't renounce my citizenship or else it'll be hard to visit. Exactly. But no, yeah, it's like, it's a lot of things where it's like, I'm like, one of the funnier things is, like, I have a couple of friends who, like, one of the funnier reasons to keep my U.S. citizenship is that I have a couple of friends that I contact regularly that work for the federal government, if I'm not a United States national, they're legally required to report our communications, and I don't want to fucking do that to them. Sargi's a Fed. I am actually not a Fed. I am straight up. I am state. And let me tell you, state is not good. It's got its upsides compared to the Fed, and But no, like it is, and trust me, I do think like a substantial portion of people who are federal government workers, at least like, in the Department of Defense, the Department of Defense sector, are just people collecting paychecks. not a single one of them actively is like, oh, like anything that's going on here is good. And like I can't really blame them because, you know, like I said, you know, the shit's expensive right now. So like, but no, like I just wish I could like, you know, I feel like I've done okay with with the means that I have had, but I also feel like my 20s are somewhat sabotaged by gestures vaguely to the current. I guess the entire state of the world. Gotta make ends meet. How you exactly. Exactly. So like, I'm not gonna like, oh, you know, I'm not gonna like judge anyone for like doing what they gotta do to get a paycheck. There we go. But like, you know, it just I guess like you know, opportunity and you know, I like opportunity. I think is like the critical word for how difficult life is right now. As it feels like there's just no opportunities, you know? Welcome on, Big O. Good to have you, Sweet Bean. Okay, with that username, I do have to ask. Are you by chance have you by chance taken a computer science class? Because as a person who has done computer science, when I see Unbig O, my brain immediately is like computer science. Because there's like in computer science, the one thing that we're obsessed with is algorithmic efficiency, which is like, you know, we want a correct answer. What's the least number of steps we can take in computing to get that correct answer? And there's like the way we go about it is what's called a Big O notation. Which is basically just like how quickly like it takes for us to find a correct answer for a specific size of input. And that's actually like the basis like one of those Millennium problems. The idea of like does, you know, P equal NP is like based off of like that Big O notation, you know, way of thinking about algorithms. I've never taken computer science, I do biology. Understandable. Don't mind me then. I'm just being a silly boy who likes math. I am the rare gay that can do math. Welcome on, Magic. I glad to have you, Sweet Bean. I love math. There's a joke that I do like saying. It's like no gay has all three. It's like a good relationship with their dad, can drive, also can do math. You can only do two of those three. I'm so excited for tomorrow as my vinyl record player gets here, putting a lot of classic Maddie on in the queue, as that's what's my first vinyl record outside of Atomic Albee. That's awesome. To be fair, I do kind of love the fact that like vinyl records have like stuck around as like a, you know, a storage medium. Cause like to some degree, like if you think about like, oh, like 8-track, like, you know, DVDs, CDs, like a lot of this stuff has not survived the ever, you know, onwards technological crunch. I was the only person in my friend group who liked math. I've taken up to Calc 2. Okay, to be fair, you did take one of the harder maths. Calc 2 is pretty infamous. There's a joke in mathematics majors that the hardest part of Calc 2 is Taylor series. The hardest part of Calc 3 is passing Calc 2. Calc 2 is scary. Calc 2 is rough. To be fair, like after you do complete Calc 2, you are like it luckily stays pretty relaxed until you hit something like linear algebra, which might be the worst form of mathematics. The thing I have to look forward to tomorrow in my first classes. Oh, like is this your first semester in college or is it like your first year? Are you just like, are you returning? Oh gosh, I almost took linear algebra as an elective during the junior year of college. Junior year? Okay. Yeah, I can definitely say you dodged a bullet with that one. Cause like linear algebra calculations aren't just boring, they're recursively boring. You have to calculate smaller problems that are also boring to calculate the bigger problem, which is even more boring.
Rats. Rats.
What's up, Chris?
Where are the rats?
Question, I had a good relationship with my father but he died. Does that count as having a good relationship with my father? Does that count as having a good relationship with my father? If not, I'm a boy failure who can't drive, can't do math and doesn't have a good relationship with my father.
I would consider that to be a
and
good
honestly,
relationship
I
with your
don't mind
father.
as it's funny.
I would consider that a good relationship. You know, you escaped childhood with good memories. I would consider that to be a good relationship, if not like one that's, you know, is one that's now permanently kind of marked. You know, also good taste in music, Maddie on Beings. I actually have a song request queue, which is open to anyone. So if you want to throw a song in there, feel free to throw in whatever. It's exclamation mark SR and then either a YouTube link or a YouTube search query. Oh god, who put in Igor? Oh no, this is Kezu. Okay. All right, this unfortunately leans a little bit too close to meme. I think I'm gonna skip. Oh, that was a banger. I'm also pretty sure that this is on the I think I know what I. Yep. This like I. It is funny to me because like I love chemistry. So whenever I see like distillation pipes like this, I'm like, what the fuck is... None of this makes any sense. What's up, Chris?
So since no meme songs, does that mean we go by Jame rules where Buddy Holly just gets skipped no matter the context?
I think yes, just for consistency's sake at this point. Or either that or like it has to be like a pretty significant remix. You know? Like a thorough remix including like another like song in it. God, I do not like that slurping sound effect. Welcome on, Eagle Jalapeno. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. But yeah, like, I'm trying to think, like, if there's anything... Like, do I have anything interesting going on this week? And the answer is not really. I mean, my mom's coming up to visit next weekend, and then I got a like, IRL hangout with a friend who wants to, make connection. So it's, a local friend who is not a furry, but is incredibly neurospicy, who, wants to make local friendship connections, and the furry community is, not really, you know... It's not really all... You know, outside the furry community, it's not that easy to make friends as an adult, unfortunately. We have it lucky, because, like, we're unapologetically weird. So, like, we you know, we're past the cringe, shame us part of our lives. Hold up, these lyrics aren't about food. Can I hold a memorial for, for Jaffe and Buddy Holly? Yeah, I mean, listen, what do you mean this... Why did you think these lyrics were about food at all? Also, like, you will very quickly learn to recognize this particular vocalist's voice style, because he does all of the, like, extremely horny country remixes. Like, Keep Riding Me. I wasn't paying attention. Reaching new levels of unforeseeable levels of asexuality. Listen, I too would... It is to some degree funny because my brother who is very much ace and not at all attracted to men frequently talks about fucking a burrito. So like to some degree, I think there is like that ace impulse to the asexual impulse to compare sex to food. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think every fucking like every person I've met who's on the ace spectrum has like has more or less, yeah, like they make the comparison of like sex is food, and I think that's really fucking funny. And it's like implicitly a part of ace culture with the like garlic bread bit. I got like maybe we're just hungry. Maybe asexual people are just hungry. You need sex when you can drink mayonnaise. You're not supposed to drink mayonnaise. That is one of the things you do not do with mayonnaise. Alongside fuck mayonnaise. Welcome on in, G-Terran. Glad to have you, sweet bean. Since when? I mean, since I would argue since they first invented mayonnaise. I would say that was the point where you were not supposed to fuck the mayonnaise. What are you, the Surgeon General? Do you want ants on your dick? Because that's how you get ants on your dick. And I don't mean this like in the metaphorical sense of like to get off my dick and say like, you know, like someone who's being an irritant. No, I mean this in the literal sense. That is how you summon ants upon thine crotch. Or like get a hell of a yeast infection. Starkey's kink shaming again. All I'm saying, like, okay, if you have a dedicated jar of mayonnaise to fuck, then go for it. But also, that I'll be honest with you, I'm not kink shaming. All I'm saying is a little weird. I definitely walked in during a fascinating conversation. Listen. If you know what I am, you know what this place is. This is by no means an odd conversation, at least by the standards of this stream. We talk about mayonnaise here, probably like you know, I don't necessarily, I'm not a huge fan of how much we talk about mayonnaise here. I actually can't, I'm gonna be fully straightforward. I guess to be fair, I would rather talk about mayonnaise than like ketchup. Because at least like mayonnaise can be good. That's right. I diss fuck ketchup. All my homies hate ketchup. I mean, that's not fair. I think it's because I'm like, mostly when I think ketchup, I think like American ketchup, which is just so fucking sugary. Mostly, yeah, it's mostly like if it's mayonnaise related, it's Kasai's fault. Kasai has a very weird relationship with mayonnaise.
Yeah!
Oh, 100 biddies,
Say goodbye to your kneecaps, chucklehead.
Fellow ketchup disser bits. Thank you for the 100 biddies. Listen, I actually like, here's the thing. I don't dislike ketchup, but I definitely don't like the American stuff. Or like if you're doing ketchup, you have to like I actually quite enjoy like ketchup with like jalapenos in it. Because like the sour of the jalapeno really helps like balance and like bring the tartness of the ketchup back up. Ketchup chips are my favorite chips outside of salt and vinegar. I don't really know if I have like a favorite like secondary chip flavor. In my mind, I'm just like I just want chip flavor, man.
Rats, rats.
What's up, Chris?
The rats.
You know what, fuck you makes hot dogs for you and just puts ketchup on them to make you suffer.
Actually, to be fair, that is how I normally eat my hot dogs. You know, for all the shit, like ketchup I don't think is ketchup is a very, very niche condiment. But some people don't treat it like that. It's like the same way some people treat ranch. Ranch is a very niche condiment. You're supposed to use it in very specific cases. And a lot of people do not respect that. Ketchup, yeah, it's like ketchup's nice on a burger. Like anything that's like anything that's like super high fat, like you can kind of like cut it, especially if it's like a nicer ketchup where like actually has some like sourness to it to cut through that fat is really, really welcome. My husband can drink ranch. He dips everything in it. I don't like it at all. That is, if I may ask, is your husband like a born and raised Midwesterner, and are you new to the region? Because I have a friend who is very much the same way. I don't know what it is about being in the Midwest, but like, because like I'm like, who like people put ranch on pizza, and I'm like, that's fucking weird, man. Don't put ranch in. Don't dip your fucking pizza in ranch. Like, there's a use case for ranch. Like, I actually think ranch is like a cooling sauce to pair with wings. Genuinely really good. Put ketchup on a steak. Stay away from me, you serial killer 8-year-old. I mean this sincerely. I feel like if you're the kind of person who orders like ketchup on a steak, you need to expand your horizons. Like I feel like you should be banned from using ketchup until you like learn to appreciate flavors naturally. Starkey, why are you hating on my culture? What, hating on ketchup? I thought your culture was Baja Blast. I was born on the West Coast and now live in New England. He was born in the Midwest. Yes, I knew it. I knew it. Non-Midwesterners will never understand the depth of Midwestern love for ranch. I couldn't explain it to you. Listen, culture is multifaceted. I sincerely, here's the thing, I was born and raised in the Midwest, and I like ranch, but I do not understand the depths of people's cravings for ranch. Lived in New England for a bit, and they have the amazing ketchup, Heinz-style ketchup. It's not a thing there, and the ketchup is really nice. That actually does sound like, I actually think, like, Heinz fucked over, like, it's really funny to me. Okay, I'm gonna tangent here real quick. So there's something I learned about Heinz recently I think is very silly. Heinz designed a like the Heinz label on the bottle of ketchup actually has like a little like red outline of it that specifically exactly matches their ketchup color. Because they apparently got people committing ketchup perjury or ketchup smuggling or some shit, where they would just take the Heinz bottle and refill it with like not name brand ketchup. And I'm like, hey, I couldn't tell you the fucking difference between those two things. Like that, like it's ketchup. It's tomato and sugar. Like there's no way that anyone out there is gonna like no super taster's gonna be like, oh yeah, I can tell exactly what this ketchup is. But like the fact that like Heinz has that level of zealous like protection of their brand while also like having done truly horrible things to the ketchup sphere, I think is very ironic and very funny. To be honest with you, like there is certain things that I know I'm gonna miss about living in the Midwest, in Indiana very specifically. Because one fucking thing that I learned, apparently, y'all in the rest of the world don't eat your breadsticks with nacho cheese. And I'm gonna have to learn to deal with that, like not, having breadsticks and not having nacho cheese to dip them in. Apparently it's a specifically Indiana thing, and I didn't realize that for like the first 20-ish years of my life. I was like, surely like, it might be a regional thing, but like it's like a regional Midwestern thing, right? No, specifically Indiana. I can't wait for Delicious Dungeon. Oh yeah, when are we gonna do season 2? All right, but no, like. I guess if you're like, with you lose nacho cheese with your breadsticks, but you gain poutine. There's always that trade-off. I just think it's so weird because like I always like oh yeah, like nacho cheese with breadsticks, and no one's ever been like, that's weird. Not a single person has been like that. You know, that's a weird thing to do. Every single person I've talked to has been like, they've just been tacitly like, yeah, I can get behind that. But it just doesn't happen outside of Indiana. Like, what? I need answers. Why not? Why don't you have nacho cheese here for the breadsticks? There's a local Italian place though, where it does reach a little bit of like a comedic level of pitch. Like the money thing from the game underneath the word chat box, because it makes it seem like the chat either owes that much or is worth that much. Oh, you know what? I actually hadn't noticed that. That's a really funny. Listen. Is this an appropriate amount of zeros? I would say so. I would say this is an appropriate amount of value for chat. Selling all of you to other streamers, grabs you, kidnaps you, forces you to watch 10 hours of I'm like, what is the most mediocre like content creator out there? Apparently, okay. On the topic of like on the topic of you know, mediocre content creators, which is not a segue that I'm ever going to use. So like the fact that I got to use it this time is funny. I give you a few things, Starkey. Hold up. What the who did this? Annoying Orange versus OJ rap battle. I am not watching that. What? Kills germs the Baltimore way. I'm learning things. To be fair, I knew vaguely. I'm not watching the fucking Old Bay on Everything ASMR. Just because it specifically has ASMR and I do not like ASMR. So these are the things I get sent by my mods. I believe this is Old Bay watermelon. I have heard of people doing this. I'm aware of like you just need to see the thumbnails. That's fair. What? So yeah, this is the Old Bay watermelon. I can kind of understand this because like South America has like chili peppers on like mangoes. Welcome on Lazy Cat. Glad I do, Sweet Bean. So like I can understand the appeal of this because you know, so you're putting something savory on something like something sweet, and then like they kind of like end up balancing out. That having been said, I think this is a bit too much. I think the Old Bay like dipstick, like fun dip your Pop-Tart into the Old Bay seasoning, I think might be a bit excessive. And Old Bay hand sanitizer is spending 11 years living in Washington D.C., that is very Maryland. Old Bay wings are fire. I mean, I've had an Old Bay. It's fine. It's pretty good. It was a while ago, so like my memory is a bit foggy, but like, you know, it's like a spice to cover the bourbon sanitizer. Welcome on, Brianna. Glad I have you, Sweet Bean. What would actually is Song Quest? I'm in need. Yeah, Song Quest is open. I will say though, I will be skipping any degenerate memes. Need some Old Bay eye drops and Old Bay sunscreen. Like Old Bay has like peppers in it, right? Like it actually like has spice in it, right? It is to some degree like I respect the dedication. Like, okay, so Old Bay is to New England what Ranch is to the Midwest. I am realizing now that we actually are kindred. We have been kindred spirits this whole time. It's just no one put the pieces together. I think that's my realization of the day. No, not New England, Maryland. Okay, Old Bay is to Maryland what Ranch is to the Midwest. England uses seasons. Not in England, New England. Oh god, am I gonna die? Imagine this game just like you it just adds like a crush kill thing without telling anyone, so you just die horribly without any warning. Wait, what the fuck? I'm assuming that you didn't want to put, remember when Gavin Newsom slept with his friend's wife? I'm pretty sure that's not what you wanted. You're in position 3. Because Song Request also takes search queries, which means that when you searched up, when you typed in Song Request when, it immediately looked up the YouTube video that pops up first when someone just searches the word when, and then added that to the queue. That's the funniest possible shit. I'm cleaning up and arranging the 400 plus board games in my basement, and a few things are as demoralizing as finding a deck of 51 cards to the garbage with you. Yeah, like, it's like, that's, you know, the messed up thing is, like, you can't even really, like, you know, it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, buy another deck of 52 cards and lose 51 of the cards? My hoarding ass would probably still be like, oh yeah, that'll happen. Definitely. Definitely. But no, I actually probably should do the same. Give it to a magician. Running wheel shaft. All right. Look at me. Look at me, Shark. I'm trotting it. Oh, I didn't even. I guess I got an achievement for running on the running wheel for a specific amount of time. Also, like, this isn't a running wheel at this point, because the idea of running wheels is they're supposed to be like human powered, right? Like at this point, like, you know, this is being powered by something else, and we're just running on it. So like, this is just like a, you know, exercise wheel. Oh, these running wheels are... I can tell you right now, this running wheel is going to be the single most fucking infuriating thing to clean on this entire board. I mean, I guess I could stop it at any time. Now to a Sharpie Cube and MTG card. Indicate. Target permanent. I think that's my personal favorite of the Sharpie Cubes. Or target permanent. It's on the inner sleeve, don't worry. What would be the... I guess the use case of target permanent would be to, like, blow it up if you have an effect that, like, makes an opponent sacrifice things on target. Also, I'm not super hung up on Songbird Symphony, but it would be 2 to 3 streams top. I mean, listen, like I said, we'll play that one next. That one will be after, because, you know, I do think it'll be cute. Like, it'll be fun little Phantasmal Bear, Phantasmal Dragon, Phantasmal Image. Yeah, exactly. Indicate just destroys those things for 3 whole mana too. The funniest possible edge case is using a Fatal Push that has not been, like, a Fatal Push without Riot activated to kill a Phantasmal Image. Because you can still target it if it's 3 mana value, it just doesn't destroy it, but because you're still targeting it... Oh, no shorts. Yeah, I don't think it likes shorts. Also, like, I think it has to be like 30 seconds minimum. I tap that. Magic the Gathering is a very, very, very silly and broken game. Or like, it's to be fair, it's only been broken recently. Welcome on in, Raiders. Good idea. Give me a shout out for Solarai. Welcome on in. For those who don't know, I'm starting more big chaos crew internet. Ready to stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 PBSD. Mostly play indie games like this one. However, every Tuesday and Friday for the last year now, we've been learning how to do some art. How was Donkey Kong Bonanza though? The bananas in the banana in the Hansa. I only brought it up because, well, how long until Silk Song? Oh, never mind. That's right. Silk Song is going to be, Silk Song will be overtaking the stream. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, that will be, like, I will actually be, like, clocking out of work and immediately hopping on stream to play it. Well, welcome on. Hopefully you had a good time with that. I've heard a lot of good things about, Donkey Kong Bonanza. Okay, before I tell a story, the owner of the card shop has openly talked about how cool he is with people finding sick deals because the prices are out of date. Excellent. But yeah, no, we are just vibing. We're doing some power washing. And yeah, it's kind of like, usually I feel like Mondays tend to be like pretty cozy. Okay, to explain to new people what's going on, the time loop is a routine that plays Coconut Mall, but it never starts. And each time through the loop, there's a 1 in 13 chance we escape. And if we don't, we go back into the loop. More or less played from the middle of the game to the very end. Iron Man did, and damn, was it worth it? Heck yeah, that's impressive. Definitely sounds like you had a lot of fun with it, which I'm really happy about. I got a $12 call for a $12 card for $8 to be fair. It is in Weebish. But yeah, honestly, I think this redeem I need to do, like, this redeem I think will at some point be sacrificed on the pedestal if I get a new redeem, so that way people don't complain about the missing redeem. Boss, give me the biggest smile on my face. Is Phoenix in the chat? I don't think so. He might be. He might be lurking. But yeah, no, I realistically don't know if I'll be getting a Switch 2. I would love to, but like also there's like 1,000 things that I need to like prioritize my spending on, and the biggest one right now is saving. That having been said, I actually probably like should just like at this point like, you know, say screw it and like watch other people play it. Can we talk about how rude I am for buying a copy of Tower of the Magistrate? What's up, Chris?
Really, folks, the employees for Fairy Godmother don't even have dental.
They don't even have dental. Alright. Also, was that just a mashup of Owl City and Megalovania? It was. We will be returning to it as soon as the time loop ends. I think, like, low-key, like, if this breaks the record, I'm probably just gonna, like, decommission the time loop today. What's up, Chris?
Oh, sorry, I meant remember, folk.